Yeah. So recording is also has been started, and I would like to just say, um, let me on the Zoom screens basically. Okay. Right. So as you know, we all here for a demo that is called Power BI. Power BI is a tool. Okay, it's a reporting tool basically. So it's a reporting tool. So we need to prepare the reports, right? Ultimate goal is this. So why reports? Because reports where there is a business, there is a report. Okay, where there is a transaction, there is a report. Because we are dealing with big data, bigger data. So obviously we required reports, and reports will give you a decision. Okay, they are useful for a decision making purpose. How your business is evolving over the period of time, right? So this is very crucial, and Power BI is from Microsoft. So it's a Microsoft tool. Okay, so Microsoft has huge customer base. Is one of the leading companies in the world. So it has a lot of customer base, and it is cheap also. Okay, the maintenance cost, migration cost, development cost, it reduced all the dimensions. Okay, and before that, we should understand what is BI. Okay, so BI is a business intelligence. Okay, it is a it's purely to understand what your business is actually happening, how it's going on, what will happen in future, how you can control the way you want it. Let's say double growth, triple growth. How you can set that parameters and how you can achieve them. What parameters will contribute for your business. So will be discussed under this business intelligence category. So there are a lot of tools out there for under BI, but Power BI is one of the leading tool in that market. Okay, so how do I believe? You are saying, but how do I believe? That would be your question, right? Yes, you should not believe my words right away, right now, but you can go and check in a Gartner report. Gartner is like a movie critic. Like in movies, there will be a lot of critics, right? So IMDb ratings and all those ratings that you see for movies, right? Likewise, Gartner is also a technology critic, a tool critic. Okay, he will criticize in many ways, many aspects. Okay, and he will prepare a quadrant, four areas like who is a leader, who is a challenger, who is actually trying to create, who is sustain, who is unable to sustain in the market, something like that. He will prepare and he will place that tool in that area. So, like you and me, if you are a company's CEOs or any other technology person that who are enthusiastic to learn, then they will predict the future of the tool. So, based on their inputs, they will write a lot of information and their research, their understanding in that particular dimension. Okay, so that is the reason you go and check Gartner report. Simply search Google, open Google. Okay, search for Gartner report for Power BI. Simple, or it reporting, something like that. Okay, so you could check that right away. Let me just open that, and Power BI Gartner report for the latest. Okay, if you go here image, you could see the latest one, say 2022. Now you see Microsoft is here. So how it was actually evolved, it's showing the yellow box was no, this was Microsoft. So it was struggled always in the top area. Now it's playing again, you see. This was in 2020 onwards, it is in the leaderboard. Okay, so previously this Tableau and ClickView was actually giving competition. Okay, now you see SAP, IBM MicroStrategy, IBM's what was the tool that I forgot, but IBM tool and then MicroStrategy, they were actually they are there in the market. Now you see a lot of tools also out there in the market. Now you see Google Looker, MicroStrategy, Domo, lot of tools are out there to give the competition, but Microsoft now that time it was showing Tableau, but now it's Microsoft. The latest one is Microsoft. You could see here. Okay, so Tableau was actually brought by Salesforce. So, I mean, but only the competitor right now in the market is Tableau. And Click is going down. We have been migrating a lot of Click View reports to Power BI. And I heard one of my friend is migrating Tableau reports to Power BI also. Only the reason is the migration cost and the development cost, maintenance cost. In all these four dimensions, Power BI is giving huge benefit to the client. Okay, not only the tool cost. So sometimes whoever sell the product, they'll simply sell just by reducing the price. So by reducing the price itself, people will not take it up, because we are in the technology era. So you need to think in multiple directions, multiple dimensions. If you sell with less produce with great offers, but new projects only will come. But Power BI intention is to get migrations also from other reporting tools if they really evaluate. So that is their intent. So that is the reason a lot of migration projects that are actually happening to Power BI to understand their business, to have a best visualization, to easy to maintain, right? So easy to develop, right? So self-service VI to enterprise VI. So all caters, it will cater. So a single person you can create on your own reports, okay? And enterprise business, yes, they also can develop enterprise level development also. It coordinates. So it is not focused only one area. It is focused complete market. Okay, so this is, and you can also check Google Trend. If you would like to really trust Google, then go and search for Google Trends. Okay, for Power BI, search like this. I don't want to do, but you can try and you see like how the trend is going for Power BI. Okay, so now we understand, we have just little fair idea on Power BI. So Power BI is a reporting tool. It is from Microsoft. It is into a BI category. So Gartner has it has given very good rating for the Power BI, and it has very good future. So how do I know I have a very good future? Though the Gartner has given the leader position, will it be future? No, that is not. That is also one of the base, but it works with IoT. Okay, it works with ML, machine learning. It works with data science. Okay, uh, science. Okay, so these are the latest buzzwords basically. If you heard about it, Python, it will work with Python. Uh, and it work with R also. Okay, so it is actually what is the latest trend that's going on. See, Microsoft intend to everybody should come, every business has its reporting, and in the reporting stack, I want to be the leader. So that's how Microsoft is developing Power BI tool every month, at least with one or two new features. That's how Microsoft is closely working with the clients, because it's a cloud application. So cloud application is responsible for the provider. So he has to all continuously improve the tool and to give the better service in the market. So that's how previously, if it is not a cloud, you once you build the tool, once you sold out, then based on the business model, whether the company is responsible or not, they used to decide. But now, as it is a cloud application, Microsoft is 100% responsible to improve the tool. And if any challenges, Microsoft team is also get in touch with us to improve or to resolve the issue. So that's how clients are actually moving towards to Power BI. So these are all driving factors to make Power BI so powerful in the market, right? So what is the number one? It is for Microsoft. Microsoft is one of the leading companies in the market, right? And Gartner is provided, and Google Trend is also top. Why we are saying it's a futuristic tool? Because it deals with IoT. I will show you how an IoT dashboard can be created, like ECG kind of flow, the real time data that you can see within seconds on the in the dashboard. Okay, I will show you that explicitly. Okay, with practical I will show you. And machine learning, yes, there are machine learning models that can be developed by machine learning development team, but we can use that as a model, and we can predict our reporting things, right? And data science is also one of the product of machine learning. They are deep learning and blah blah blah. But obviously, that data science can be developed using Python, and Python also can do ETLs, and then Python visuals also we can implement in Power BI. But yes, the Python and data science will not be covered in this training. But once you get into this reporting stack, and you can slowly increase, and you see a lot of other different dimensions within this tool growth. So you should not only stick for reporting. If you still stick for reporting, that is well and good. It also has a lot of market, because a lot of traditional reports still they used to maintain like the same way. But still, if you want to have a different world, then you can also taste with this Power BI as a base. Okay, so that is the reason you can now have a confidence that I can confidently learn, and I can stay for another 10 years at least on the same tool. So nowadays, technologies are changing like anything. Okay, but reporting is a concept. Today it could be Power BI, tomorrow it could be anything. But reporting never die, because there is a business, there is a report. Okay, even after 10 years also, if Power BI has, but see, there is no way to go off, because Microsoft is closely developing that. Microsoft is closely observing the market. Let's say if tomorrow there's a new tool comes in, there will be some person will observe from Microsoft, and then see how this is trending, and what feature is driving to that make you leader, so that that feature will be one way or other they'll try to incorporate to Power BI stack, and they will explain to their stakeholders. So that's how this will work. Okay, that's how they are actually continuously developing, and we can confidently say it will be a future. So you don't need to worry about any other like. And now you say how it is demand, why, how much packages that we have in the market for this Power BI, right? So see, not only Power BI, any technology, if you ask, they will give, if you are worth it. Okay, so if they really need it. Okay, there is no budgeting kind of thing. Okay, very small companies, medium companies, they might have put some budget. Okay, because if they are again sending to a vendor, then they'll just see that budget, and then they'll give a budget. But big companies like level 5 companies, they never set a budget, because they know how much cost if a person can be recruited from triple IT or NIT, whatever it is, campus selections. Okay, Microsoft, you might have heard Google and Microsoft have given 1 crore package for a fresher itself. So when you compare with that, your package is nothing, and moreover you have a valuable and demanding skills that you are asking, right? You should have a guts and confidence that matters to ask your package. Okay, so by saying that, there is unlimited package that you can ask. You can ask 1 crore, 2 crore also, if you have a guts, for annum. Okay, per annum, right? So yeah, because it has, I mean, you should showcase that worth of doing. Okay, so then only we can ask. But yes, um, before that we should have also have a current package, what you have currently handling, and how you drive the interview, and based on that you can ask. Okay, so these are all the factors, but I will tell you, I will do a mentoring on these topics. If you are get in touch with, maybe after training also, you can call me, because my friends, and I used to mentor a lot of my friends. So I know the market. I've been closely observing for the last 15 years. Okay, So my name is Mahendra. I have 15 years of experience. 15 years of experience, and so I've been closely working with many people. It's almost on Power BI itself. It's almost 20 batches that I completed. And now, um, I mean, this is about myself. And if you have any questions on anything, please feel free to chat with me. We have a two to three mode of communications. The Skype now just we have created, right? So this is best way of communicate. So you can chat with me anytime, any question. And if it is complex and critical, urgent, then you can call me on my mobile. I'm fine. And the calling times could be morning 8:30 to 11:30, 12, right till 1 o'clock. Okay, but I will also clarify your doubts by asking your screen share with any desk. Okay, I will resolve your problems and everything. For that, you need to have any desk, and that should be after the class. Okay, so this is how our training will be planned, and we are also planning for daily status call. Okay, so what is daily status call? Daily status call will be there in your real time. So let's say when you join a company, so they will ask you what you have done yesterday. So daily status call, let me actually explain you this. Daily status call, daily stand-up call, okay, DSTAM. So they'll call the Scrum call. So they could give any name to this, but it is daily status. Okay, what they really say that what you have done yesterday, and what will you do today, and what will you do tomorrow, and are there any obstacles, are there any challenges that you are facing in your work. It is just 1 minute, 2 minutes of explanation, not more than that. Okay, so for because we are actually now looks like a 10 plus members, so we need to save our time. So I'm just planning to have a daily status call. Okay, so I'll tell you, at least you should come to a camera, and then you should say, hi, my name is so and so. Yesterday I've done this, and today I'm planning for this, and tomorrow I'll do this, and I'm facing some issue on this installation or something like that. So if you have any, this is model. It will not take more than a minute. So you need to prepare for it from today or from tomorrow onwards. Whatever it is, if you did not prepare, I do not prepare anything. So I do not have any plan. So that I can understand your intelligence levels. So what is intelligence? So intelligence means what you have done yesterday, what you are planning to do today, and what will you do tomorrow. How you can control your success the way you want it. It's purely asked by these four questions. That is the reason they have implemented this in agile mechanism. So what is agile? We will discuss how a project will be delivered, how a project will be developed, how a project will be maintained, enhanced, supported using various techniques in the market. Okay, we will discuss in Azure DevOps. So that is a one day class or 1 hour class. There I will explain how many different types of projects, how you will get the work, how you need to answer for each doubts and everything. So all those things I will talk there. So you will be you will be get clarified if you really don't know how the things go on in the real time. Okay, so I've trained more than 200 plus people, and a lot of people also placed, and they are working independently. So if you have any doubts in that area, you can also discuss with me in one to one, so that I can explain you what kind of offers I'm providing, and then you can just think about it and on the possibilities of that way. Okay, now we are clear. And moreover, you need to also do some kind of research. Maybe after this class, you need to go and search in YouTube, okay, about Power BI. Okay, so YouTube is very powerful, and you might see great lectures than me, because there are it's a gateway to the world for any tool and technology, right? So I'm also going to put this demo into the YouTube, right? So I'm not saying that I'm an excellent teacher, but yes, I've been teaching for last I know 20 batches, so I'm confident that, and I'm preparing the framework for your success. Okay, you should have to fall in the framework, and you should follow the same steps that are successfully proven, right? So it is just not a training. Okay, YouTube might be given you a training, they will not coach, or they will not do a mentoring. So there are three flavors of offerings from me. Not only training, I will do a coach. So how you need to get success, so I'll be there with you until you get success. Okay, if you have a right time to right question to, you know that is also a win-win situation. So um, based on that, we will plan definitely. And I'll also do mentoring. What is mentoring? Mentoring might not be with you like a coach, but whenever you have a doubt, okay, let's say I want to get this much package, so how should I get it? Okay, so I'll give you a tip. So that tip will make you into a new dimension. So that is called mentoring. So mentoring is not most powerful, but still I do a lot of people mentoring. And one, I don't want to highlight anyone, but just one person came to me, and with X package, with experience, but they actually double tripled with my mentoring skills. Okay, so definitely there is a success stories. You can go to my YouTube channel and you can see a couple of success stories. But people more than that, they are actually ready to come to a camera, and then they think about a lot of perspectives. So they are not giving. So even I'm not forcing, but uh, one of the other way you came for me here to with a referral. So you already know about this framework. I feel, if not, then ask me. We will discuss. Okay, so that's all about this. You can just check YouTube. You can check Naukri. No need to log in Naukri or LinkedIn. Okay, just search for Power BI. Install the apps and search for Power BI, and you can see how the market is there for now. How many years they are looking for, how much package they are offering. Okay, what are all the technology features they are expecting. Are they looking for developers? Are they looking for administrators? Are they looking for designers? Are they looking for source as a SQL server, source as a Snowflake, source as what? So these are all aspects that you need to look into. Okay, and prepare your targets, like which company is asking what kind of Power BI technology. So everybody's requirement is different, but ultimately they are in the core technology stack. But how you can expose to them is matter, right? So I will also explain you these things step by step, but this is how you need to follow to get your success, whether you join with me or not. But these are all the factors that you need to look into. Okay, now what next? So if you ask me all these things, like what is this? It's a Power BI tool. And how you are going to learn? It's purely on online. Okay, Skype. Okay, so because the collaboration is biggest buzzword in the market. What the business is running on collaboration. So collaboration tools. The Skype is collaboration tool. Teams is collaboration tool, right? So you can work together. So you could be sitting, it's a global village. You could sit anywhere in the world, and you can work. Who sits besides you is more than that. You can work in collaboration tool, because we are focusing on single screen. Like two brains are working on single screen. Now these many brains are watching the same screen. How it's because of this collaboration tool, the Skype call, right? And AnyDesk is also a powerful tool to connect to your laptop directly from anywhere the world, and then we can fix the issues. Okay, the future market is work from home. Okay, it's already decided. It's already predicted long back, way back in 2015. The buzzword was no workplace, no workplace, no offices. They have been keep on, saying last in another 5 years this is going to happen. So it's already happened after 2020. Okay, there won't be any big companies that you won't, big buildings that you won't be see, until unless there is a great infrastructure, great technology that you would like to see than the individual house or individual workplace. But this is more, I mean, more benefits to the company, to the employee. So always they think work from home is the best option. But due to governments, due to other businesses, um, government is forcing, but ultimately business, slowly they, um, again they go back to work from home. But still companies are facing a lot of issues. But every problem there's a solution. They'll invent a new problem, and that's how the things move on. But going future would be a work from home. That's for sure. We have been doing work from home for. I've been doing almost last 6 years. Okay, last I think 4 years, for sure. Okay, before COVID also I used to work from home only. Okay, now daily status, you should be asked for what you have done. Okay, these four questions, what you have done. So you try to give. Let's fail, no problem, nobody knows each other. So everybody has should start with their first step with confidence. Try and fail early, get up early and start early. So that is the main motto of agile. So before agile, there was a software development life cycle, which is a development phase, planning phase, development phase, testing phase, and production release. So these are the different four areas that they used to maintain. But lot of problems that we will discuss later. But the agile is what you have done yesterday. What are you planning for today? Okay, what will you do tomorrow? And any challenges. So these four questions you should prepare every day. Okay, if you apply for your life, that is life intelligence. If you apply for your career intelligence. If you apply for anything that you can apply as an intelligence, right? So that's how it works. Now I'm planning to implement this in our training, because last batch there were only 4 people, so we used to have this kind of status call. But your plan, your preciseness is very important here. Okay, so what I thought is, either after the class or before the class, I would like to have a separate call on this, and I would like to make you confidence to give the status. It should not be more than a minute. Okay, so over the period of time, this 1 month, if you practice this, you will go as a real time and you can confidently give your status. So that is also one of the intent to plan this. And I would like to have your feedback, like how effectively we can have a status call, because I don't want to disturb this 1 hour class. 1 hour class is completely dedicatedly to deliver the subject. After 1 hour, 15 to 20 minutes for doubts. Okay, and I'm just thinking, like, when can we have the status call? Within the doubt session, or maybe after or before class start, after the class. So I request your suggestions also there. You can ping me personally in the Skype, so that I'll take it that as an input, and then I'll plan accordingly based on the feasibility. Okay, thank you. And then now let's move on. Let's move on to Power BI. So what we understand, the importance of Power BI, the future of Power BI, and then the real-time things, right? And future of work from home, all those things that we have learned. So it's purely on Skype. Okay, when from morning 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. or 8:30, you can plan like this, 8:30 a.m. Okay, so sometimes it goes based on the topic, if I feel, right? So this is when and where, purely on Skype, and when morning 7 to 8:30. And I'm already told about myself, right? So I have 15 years of experience. I trained many people, so it's a pure well proven framework. Okay, so how you need to prepare? So this is biggest question, how you need to prepare for the success. So I will give you assignments. I will give you, real-time challenges. I will give you the best practices. I will give you the performance tuning techniques. So these are all the major categories for any technology that you take. Okay. Today you learn Power BI, or if you don't join or anything. So these are the 4 to 5 aspects of any tool that you need to keep in mind to tackle the interview, right? So these are the aspects I can give in depth because I've been in the interview panel. I've been helping many of the people in the interview. So I've closely observing in my recent days. So I can tell you how the market is expecting to anyone. Okay, so how you tackle the interview is very, very important. So this is how you should learn. You should practice daily assignments. I will give you the recording. So recording is not for to miss the class. People are actually misusing this concept. So I've been keep on telling every day. So recording will not give you interest as a daily live class. So live class never kill. Okay, if you really want subject, there is a lot of subject out there, better than me in the YouTube. But why you still came here? Because the live class. Not only training, you might be looking for mentoring, you might be looking for coaching, right? So these are the three aspects that are the driving factors. And not only that, the live the real time scenarios, the interview tackling techniques, right? So all those driving factors that are driven to here to have a daily call. That is the reason I highly recommend, please, join with a pen and paper, have a laptop, just whatever the important topic that you feel, you need to scribble it. Okay, it is saving you a lot of time to go to a classroom, right? So please do not take this an advantage, or maybe don't misuse. That's my request. Okay, sit in a calm and clean area. If you are interested to on the camera, if you are not distracting. Okay, if you on the camera, you will be feel kind of someone is watching, so that you will be fully focused. I know I've been attending even my client calls. If I off the camera, then I can do anything. I can go. My biggest weakness is I will be on mobile every time. So even they were discussing a very interesting topic. If I off the camera, then I will open my phone. This ultimate goal is to have your focus attention towards the training. And some people very hard to wake up in early morning, 7 o'clock. Okay, that is also one of the problem. So that is the reason what I always say is you can on the camera, but do not disturb others. That is the only request. Okay, some people will on the camera, but they do their own work and they do all other things because other people will get disturbed. So they will watch you. Okay, so that is the reason. But if you're on the camera, you will be fully focused. Think about it. Okay, so this is 7 to 8:30 a.m. and after that doubt session. So there I will ask you to share your screen, or if you are unable to follow my instructions, I will take you any desk as a tool and I will fix your problem. So that's the right time after class. After class, maybe with 5 minutes break, we can discuss on your challenges, right? So the doubt section, the challenges, whatever you are struck, even after watching the recordings couple of times, still you are doubts, and then that is the right time. Okay, if it is yes or no question, or it is a technical, I mean it's a theoretical ask, and then the doubt clarification session, you can ask anytime. As I said, my biggest weakness is to have on mobile, to check WhatsApp, to check Skype, right? So I'm trying to avoid it, but I could not able to. But this is helping you a lot. I'll be, but I request to ask in the morning hours, because in the evening hours I would be busy. Okay, now this is all about what, where, when, how, and who. All those WH questions can be answered for the training purpose. But now let's focus on Power BI. So what you really required on Power BI, how it is different. Before Power BI, does Microsoft offered any other technology? Yes. Microsoft also has MSBI. What is MSBI? Microsoft Business Intelligence. How that is different with than Power BI? Why they have not given MSBI 2.0, MSBI 3.0, but why they have given as a Power BI as a different technology, different offering? Okay, what are the driving factors to give a different name? Right? So all these things, then let's discuss, and let's download the tool. Let's show you a sample report development life cycle, so that you can understand, you can see how easily you can develop a report. Okay, how much time a report can be developed. Okay, if that is the case, then within 2 to 3 years of report area, how many reports you could develop, I could have developed, right? So all those things we can see in further session, but for now I'll show you what is Power BI, how it is different than Microsoft MSBI. So MSBI versus Power BI. So this is very important, versus Excel BI. So this is also, you should know, Excel also has BI components, right? So these three are from Microsoft. So this is first commonality, right? And these three are BI tools, second commonality. Now let's come to differences. Okay, so when you say commonalities, BI tool has certain commonalities, like let's say, let me give you maybe something like this, the feature. So each feature you will say in MSBI, and then Power BI, and then Excel BI, right? So any BI tool should have a ETL. So in the ETL area, MSBI should be, what is ETL? Extract, transform, and load. Okay, extract from different sources and transform the data, the cleaning the data, the massaging the data. Okay, so and prepare the data to load into a reporting purpose. Okay, now we are living in an era not in a structured data, we are also dealing with unstructured data, semi-structured data. So those unstructured, semi-structured, structured data, for a modeling point of view, you need to prepare, you need to clean that. Okay, so that we will also learn the modeling techniques. Okay, that we will discuss in further, but ETL is nothing but extract, transform, or load. Now that is changing to ELT, extract, load, and then transform, because of cloud ELT. So ELT, ETL both are same. Only thing is the process. First they used to do extract and then transform, and only loading the clean data. So that was the concept, but now because of cloud, we are extracting and loading directly. Whatever the dumping, we are dumping into one blob or one Azure data lake, and then we are transforming the way we want it. So this is purely meant for cloud concept. Okay, but the concept is almost same or similar, only the process could change. Here in this stack we have SSIS. What is SS? SQL Server. S means services. I means integration. Integration means ETL. Okay, we are integrating the data towards the business. Okay, now that is called integration. So in this, here we have Power Query, and here also we have Power Query. This is an ETL tool. We will discuss how this is different with this and this is different with this. Okay, and then you have a modeling. As I said, modeling is also a technology. Here we have a SSAS, analysis services. I will discuss with SSAS. SSAS has actually two flavors. Okay, first flavor is multi-dimensional, multi-dim or dimensional, and the other one is tabular model. Okay, so multi-dimensional and tabular model. So multi-dimensional was started in maybe long back. Okay, I can say 2010, I guess. Multi-dimensional they started, or 2008 or 2 they started, which is in 2010 basically. But 2008, I guess, as far as I remember, because I'm MSB certified, okay, Power BI certified too. So I know when they actually started. But multi-dimension is complex. They run in a different infrastructure. But I do not suggest at this point of time to learn multi-dimensional model. It is old, okay. But tabular model is actually introduced in 2012 later, okay, with a different mechanism, okay. Here multidimensional, they run on rollup, molap, holap, but here it will be run on vertipack engine, okay. So with a, you know, different mechanism. So tabular model is trending now. So multi-dimensional also has a lot of capabilities, but then that tabular model has, because which will run on the Vertipack engine. So with a very powerful X velocity. So the processing engine is very powerful. That is the reason tabular model is booming. Because beyond the tabular model, there is a cloud engine. So that is the latest. So that can go like anything. Okay, this multi-dimensional is a server based. Purely you need to configure the server. Okay, so that is the reason tabular model is so demand. We will discuss. I will tell you how to develop a tabular model. So how you can get up to 40 lakhs package with tabular model only. So very rare demands, but tabular model will give you, because wherever there is a requirement, definitely they are ready to pay for that. Because the word SS is actually given an impression in the market that it is a complex. But with my explanation, tabular is very simple and easy to learn because we have already in Power BI. Power BI, tabular model, both are from same engine, Vertipack engine. So tabular model and Power BI work like with live connection with dedicated, dedicated coordination. Right? We will see that. I will show you. Okay, not to worry about that. Here you have a modeling concept, model view or modeling. So in Excel BI, we have a power pivot. Okay, so that is about modeling. Okay, so power pivot and what is the wrong here? Pivot. Okay, no, I now next reporting. So any BI tool have a ETL, modeling and reporting. So these are the major areas that you need to think about, right? So here we have SSRS. I will also discuss about SSRS. I will tell you why. And here we have a visualization, okay, and here you have a power view, okay. People think that these are the Power BI components. These are not Excel BI components, okay. Still some people will come up, as I said, the interview will be in two factors, driven by two factors. Interviewer come with, some questions. He might not know the technology, but he, with his experience, is trying to ask few questions by googling some questions. So whatever you give answer, that answer should be aligned with you with his paper. So that is one way of category. But otherwise, like me, who comes for interviews, that like what he knows. Let's understand his capabilities, so that where he will fit into my requirement. Okay, that's how I will rate. But like me, for the second type of interviewer can be trapped easily. Okay, I'll tell you the technique later, but these are the major areas. This is the major difference between Power BI, Excel BI with MSBI. So in this training, I am going to cover Power BI and then the SSAS, SSRS, okay, exclusively. I will tell you how to showcase your resume. How can you make your resume so weightage to get the market, to grab the market, than the other trainings. So this is my key area. And apart from that, when it comes to Power BI, there is a free tool called Power BI Desktop. Okay, it's free for everybody. Okay, but how the market business is getting by Microsoft, right? So Microsoft has to get some money, right? So for that, you should have a Power BI service. Okay, Power BI service is a cloud based online application, Okay, once you develop the report here, you will publish here, and from there you will share to the customers, the end users. Okay, here there is a subscription model base like Airtel, DTH, Dish TV, like Tata Sky, right? Subscriptions. You pay for something and use it, and pay as you go. That is a cloud offering basically. So here you have a pro, premium, okay, and like what else? Embedded, right? So wide varieties of offerings are there. Even in the premium itself, you have a PPC, PPU. So there are two flavors. Again, in the PPC, there is again four flavors. We will discuss extensively on this. Okay, premium per user, premium per capacity, right? So this is how it is. But this is just $9.99 previously. Now it's $14 because of, dollar is so strong in the market right now. Now it is $14 per month, which is almost 1,000 to 1,400, 1,200 rupees. Okay, so very cheap. Okay, but it's a pro, and better than this is a premium. So premium will start from around $5,000 and above. Okay. So I'm going to give you a premium subscription for 2 months to practice extensively as it is as a real time. And I can say it's more than real time. Why? Because in the real time you will be restricted with only one user role. Okay. Let's say you could be a contributor, or you could be a viewer, and you could be a member, or you could be a workspace admin. Okay, these are all four roles that are there to have a different dimensions within the service. So here you can play these four roles, and you can see how it's going to look for you in that role. You can do anything here. You can create a workspace, you can delete the workspace, you can play like anything. Nobody will stop you for those 2 months. Please utilize. I will also give you assignment on Power BI service. Okay, this time I would like to improve in certain areas of assignments area. Okay, I'm thinking, after with my experience, I'm also thinking to have to give a more assignments on Power BI service, because this makes you a lot of difference in the market. Other training institutes, they might be giving Power BI desktop extensive way better than me, but I'm not saying I'm always great. No, no. Everybody has its own pros and cons. But in my pros, I'm telling you, Power BI service I will extensively give you. Okay, because I've closely worked with my admin teams, and I've involved in a lot of admin activities. So I know how I can give the best to grab the admin side of jobs also. So now, how many types of jobs you could see in Power BI? Power BI developer, okay, Power BI admin, Power BI designer, Power BI support projects, Power BI maintenance project, Power BI enhancements, like different styles of projects and different areas of project, different roles of project. So when it comes to admin, there's a tenant admin, workspace admin, Office 365 admin. Okay, these three different roles we will closely observe, like how they are different and all in Power BI service session. Okay, now I would like to give a sample report, and then let's move on how a report development life cycle, RDLC, with an agile mechanism. Okay, so report development life cycle. So for that we should have a Power BI downloaded. So first let me unpin this and then download this. To download, let me go to Google first, and then Power BI desktop download, right? So you get this first link, powerbi.microsoft.com, and if you just see here, you could see, let me go to products and then Power BI desktop, and if you click this, it will be open a Play Store or marketplace, like a Google Play Store. I don't recommend this, but you can just go this. Okay, so that it will open up a new page, and you see a red button to download. And before you download, you can search here about the details, like what was the latest. So you see, latest was November 3rd. So November releases also they have published with the new PBX file, new Power BI desktop. So Power BI desktop is modified. By whom? By Microsoft, and they will update it here. And you see the latest version 2.110. Okay, you don't need to about know this number, but you can simply say November updates. So November 2022. So this is the latest PBX file, and they are giving two files. One is x64 and the normal one is normal. So the size of it, and you see what you can do with this. Okay, system requirements. See, this is important area, and people think that it will work with Windows 7. No, it won't work with Windows 7, and you should have a Windows 10 at least, and you should have a Edge browser. These are the two requirements they are saying, and you should also have at least 4 GB of RAM. Okay, which is not mentioned here, but still it is required. Okay, so now how do I know whether mine is Windows 10 or not? You simply open, okay, go to this PC like this and go to properties, and you could see the processor, okay, here, and then speed of the CPU, and then the RAM here, and then here you see Windows 10. Okay, so these are the minimum things that you should know, and moreover here you should know system type. So mine is 64-bit operating system. Why I should know this? Because they are going to have two things. So let's click download, then it will come to here. Which one do you want? Which file do you want to download? Okay, if you are not sure your machine is 64-bit or 32-bit, then you can go for this. It will automatically validate, it will check your system type, and then it will install properly. But if you are sure your machine is 64-bit, then go for this. So my machine is 64-bit, I know, as I shown you. I'm going to download this, and it's getting download. It will take 2 minutes, so you can just still go and see in the folder. So you could see, and let's the download. Meanwhile, if you have any doubts, you can ask the question right away, or you can wait, you can prepare on your notes, and maybe after the class also you can ask the doubts. Anytime is fine, but I always recommend to have a doubt session post the class, because your doubts might be clarified after, in between, maybe after my next topic that I'm going to talk. So that is the reason I always recommend and request you to have a doubts end of the class if it is not clarified, okay, within the class, right? Okay, now we are downloading, and let me uninstall my existing Power BI desktop. So let me go to control panel and uninstall the software, the previous Power BI desktop, this one. It's not mandatory, either you uninstall or directly install. It will override existing Power BI desktop, but see, still it is downloading, so I do not want to wait. So meanwhile I'm just uninstalling this. Okay, so your laptop should have at least i3 processor and above. Even AMD processor also working powerful. I've seen AMD Ryzen processor is actually very good, because my laptop is not this laptop, other laptop is that only. But at least you should have 4 GB RAM and Windows 10 and above, Windows 10 or Windows 11. Now this is finished, and that is also finished. And if you have any doubts on your laptop, please let me know. Now this is downloaded, because this is downloaded 611. So this is totally 611, and the time is also, you can check 7:52, 7:52. Okay, this is the one. Now double click, and then minimize. Let me minimize this. Now you should select the language, which is English. Yeah, and then click next, and it will ask you to prompt yes. Why this yes? Because without with your permission, any software should not be installed in the OS. Okay, if that is the case, then lot of these things, viruses will come, and they will install a lot of other things. This consent actually saved your lot of malwares and viruses installation on the OS. So OS is strictly prohibited. Without your permission, nothing will be get installed. So that's how the operating system is built. Now let's close this. Let's close this. Let's also close this. So now it's installing. Then, meanwhile, what is next? After installing, I will explain about how Power BI desktops looks like, and then we will create a sample report. So what is my sample report? I will take 10 minutes. Uh, okay, so to create that report, and we will publish that into Power BI service. Okay, and then you will understand how a Power BI report development is basically. Okay, so meanwhile, let me actually show you Power BI service app.powerbi.com. Wherever you go, whatever the client it is, the URL never change. That is always app.powerbi.com. You should be by had this. Should not search for this. Okay, you should search app.powerbi.com. Should not search like this and go to Google and search for app.power. No, should write that like this app.powerbi.com and hit enter. It should go like that. That makes you more skilled. Okay, you are now as it is already logged in. Okay, so this is actually wrong one, so let me sign out. So let me actually take the other one, not even this one. So let me go to again app.powerbi.com. I don't know why this is always. Okay, let me take another browser here. Either I should open incognito mode to avoid that to have a automatic login. Uh, this is actually a September, I guess. This is September month login, so that is the reason it's saying 1 day left. But that's okay. I'll show you. You see, this is how we create a lot of workspaces by different. Like you also you should create different premium workspaces and pro workspaces, and within that you could see a lot of reports that we are going to develop. Um, like this, and you could also see the lineage view. We will talk about this and impact analysis, how we used to do the impact analysis, and how so powerful impact analysis that we can do on within Power BI service. So here we deal with a lot of workspaces, so that is the most important thing. Okay, within the workspace again you will have data sets, data flows, data marts, and deployment pipelines. Okay, so all those things we extensively discuss, and we will talk about all of these things. Okay, and the deployment mechanics, and then the apps, and how we share with the end user. So now I think it's done, so let's finish, let that launch, and then now what I'm going to take that as a data source. Okay, so let that open. Let me close this. So it's opening. So this is how it looks like, and you simply close this yellow button. It's ask you to get start and sign in, something like that. It will ask you, but still you can close this without giving any info. And you don't need to sign in. Basically, you don't need to worry about the sign in at this point of time. You can simply develop without any sign in. Okay, you can simply use it. Okay, very powerful this developer tool, and you can use it for your personal use also, and that works perfect. Now here you see these are the visualization, and this is data, and this is the modeling view. These are the three different views that are very important for this Power BI desktop. Okay, you will go back and forth. You will start from here, you will come here, and then you will come here, and before this you will also go to a Power Query, transform data. Okay, this is the tool inside the tool. You see, this is Power Query, Power BI Power Query, and this is Power BI desktop. The Power Query editor is the tool inside the tool. What is Power Query? Power Query an ETL tool, and which sits inside the Power BI desktop. You do not open Power BI Power Query Editor directly without opening Power BI Desktop. So this is tightly coupled with Power BI Desktop, right? So this is very brief about this, and you can create multiple pages here, multiple layouts, and that layout was different than this report pages. You see, now again I'm creating this. Okay, this is you see some differences, but we will discuss step by step. Throughout the month we will navigate to each and every option. Okay, if at all, if I did not cover, you can feel free to ask, but based on the topic demands, we will cover the topic. But for now, any Microsoft tool that you take, there is a home button. The frequently used options will be pinned in the home, and and you can take Word also, you see insert. But these things are different. Modeling and view is different. Okay, so recently they also changed some modeling features. We will discuss that later. Okay, so previously under modeling, when you come here, you could not see this new table, new measure and all. Previously were not there. If you still have old students, whoever installed the latest, I mean, if you not installed the November one, you can go and check. You could not see these things. This is the latest updates from Microsoft on under modeling category. Okay, so now we are going to take either, you see, you have a sample data here, but you can take, but I want to take from internet, okay, from website. So that website name is IMF. What is IMF? So IMF data, International Monetary Fund, some kind of world economics. They will be world economics. You see Outlook database. You can just go there and you can take this database. So free, so open source. Anybody can understand how the world is going by countries, by country group, or the entire data set you can analyze. But I just want to go by countries. Okay, and here you see you can select all countries, and then it move to next step. The second step, you can select, you can unselect any country if you don't like, but let's go with select all, and then it's already select all, and you can continue in the second step. And here in the third step, you can take any of the data set. Okay, you can take the first one or second one, whatever you like it, and then continue. Here you see from 2020 to 2027, the futuristic data, the 7 years of data, it is there. So if based on your mission capabilities, you can go at least 2014 to, let's say, 2011, 20, this is 2021, right? So let's go for 2021. So one past year and two future years. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 years of data. Instead of 7 years, you can go for 4 years based on your mission capabilities. You can still go for 7 years if you have a very good configuration. What is that? It's asking to select. Oh, okay. Now they have actually changed this. Now it's asking to prepare report. You cannot select greater than the end year. 2021. Oh, sorry. This is 2024. So 2014 I selected. That's what it's saying. This should be greater than this. So how you just select? Now you click prepare. Now it's prepared the report, but this is not we really want. So now I will show you a powerful report. This is a report actually, but this is an old conventional report. Okay, now let's prepare this into Power BI desktop. But either you can download the report and get into Power BI, that is a different story. But what I recommend is you can take this URL and right click and copy, and make sure cut it so that it should be blank. If you see something which means you have not copied the entire URL, okay, so then you select Control A, click here and put Control A and then copy. So properly you need to copy the URL. So that is the reason I recommend to cut it. Make sure nothing is there here. Okay, so now open this Power BI desktop and go to get data, and I would like to talk about this get data. So Power BI has so powerful feature is called it can connect more than 19 plus data sources. Okay, this is a powerful offering. None of the tool in the market right now which can connect these many sources. That's what Microsoft is claiming. I'm not a brand ambassador for Microsoft. Okay, just I'm telling because I'm using. Okay, so as per the docs.microsoft.com, they are saying that um, it is the biggest data source caches. it can connect and it can get the data to Power BI Desktop to have a report, right? So you see a lot of files, a lot of databases, it can connect. Okay, it can connect Power Platform, Azure. So we will discuss this later. And online services, you see a lot of online services and others tools category also. You could see a lot of them. But here, if you go here and you don't know which one that belongs to, but you can still search here. I want to connect website or web. So there is a web connection. You can still connect to this. And it's asking a URL. So I can paste this here and you can still connect to it. And beyond the scenes, a web scraping mechanism that could happen. If anybody knows Python, there is a web scraping. Using Python, we can do web scraping with some of the modules. So Power BI is also do that kind of web scraping, and then it will, suggest what data you want to get into Power BI Desktop. So now you see, it is suggesting this. I don't really want this. This, even I don't want this junk data. Let's go to this. Yes, I want this data. So this is called web scraping, and it's suggesting like which one you do you want to really. Okay, but you see, if I select this, these two things are not enabled yet. Why? Because you need to click something like this. The checkbox should be there, like this. Okay, so then only these two things will get updated. Will be. Now you see this web view also, how this looks like in the website side. Okay, but I don't know so far. I don't see any useful, but still, so to make sure where we are. Okay, so now table 2 is here, and then you can transform, because you see this data is not so clean because the columns, you see column 1, column 2 should be this. So let's transform very few transformations that we can apply, and we can clean the data and we can transform the data. So using Power Query, you will clean the data, you will transform the data, you will load into Power BI Desktop. That is the main objective. So this is the header, right? It should be header. So that is the reason use first row as a header option is there. So you simply click that. We will discuss extensively on all these options, but for now, I'm going to discuss only a few options. Now you see only two values are there. So I don't want this basically. Even this is also a one value. So even I don't want this also. You can simply remove. And I don't want these two also. So let's select two of them at the same time, and you can remove columns. Very powerful. Now you see the even estimator also I don't want. Okay, let's remove this. Now what you see here, country and then the GDP of each year of the. Now you see 198 countries in the world, and those 198 countries GDP from 2021 to 2024 that you could see. But what I really want is country, year, and the GDP. Only three columns I want. But here it is something like that. Yes, it has the years also, it has GDP also, it has country also. But what I want my data is like country, year, and GDP. Like that I want. I don't want like this. Okay, so how do I get that? So there is a powerful tool mechanism, is called transform data, and there is the unpivot. Okay, so unpivot will give you a powerful result, is called attribute and value. So you take n number of columns, be it 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 10, you know 20 100 also you take, but it will give you two columns. One is attribute and the other one is value. Here the attribute is year and the value is GDP, right? So let's do unpivot. So there are three flavors of unpivot, but we will discuss them later. But for now, you just, because we are running out of the time, so I have to finish it. But we will discuss. There will be an unpivot assignment. I will also give you, and this attribute is year, and this is the GDP value. Okay, GDP value. You can write value also. That's fine. GDP value. Now you see some black color. So what is this black represents? What is this blue represents? So we will talk about the data quality later. Okay, this is the data quality things, but black means nothing but some empty. You see, there is 1% of empty records you can see. So how do I know? So you can keep empty records, or keep, you can just see the blank values like this, and you see these many Venezuela, we do not have any GDP value. Venezuela is running out of dirt. So maybe IMF is also hands up and they did not take anything for even past, present, and future. So you can remove this data, and I mean in the real time we will ask business some information will come up with a blank value. Should I consider this? Okay, if they say no, no, you consider it, and later part of time we will update that in the source, then it automatically get update. Okay, so but for now I can remove this blank simply by untick this. You have selected everything, but now you see everything is green color. So this is one kind of cleaning the data. So you removed unwanted column. Now you see that the row count is 780. Previously 198 there, but now why it becomes 780? Because each country has one record that time, but now it has four records. Why? We have done unpivot. We changed the columns to rows. So that is called unpivot. We will discuss extensively on the next session, but for now, unpivot will give you two values, attribute and value. Okay, rows become columns become rows. Okay, that is called unpivot. And we can also do the pivot. We will discuss that later because pivot, unpivot both are actually interrelated. So we will discuss. This is we can give a name called GDP or GDP data or GDP, anything that you can. Now you can close and apply. So this is now we think that the transformation is done. Now you can close and apply. It's a sample thing. Now you will get the data into Power BI desktop. Okay. Now I'm going to finish in a minute. So this is very crucial. The preparing data itself is very crucial to the report. Once you cleanly prepare, then visualization is not a big deal. Okay, you can easily develop, but still there are a lot of techniques also in the reporting area, so we will discuss that. But for now, let me take this data into let's say you can take a map. Okay, and have a country there. It will automatically create the map. You see the world GDP, you can see very big also like this, and the bubble size also you can increase by GDP value. Okay, so by default also it will take, but it should be a sum. Why this? It's a text, so it should not be a text. It should be a number. So we should have to do that also. How I can go back to a Power Query? You can simply go here and edit query, or maybe in the table. I guess here you should see edit query here, or you can go to home and then click transform data. So the value should not be a text. So this is very important. 90% of problems you will get by data type issues. Now you see country is a text. ABC means it's a text, that's fine, but this is actually should be a number. Okay, it's a decimal, actually a calendar, but it does not have a fully form, so I'm just going with whole number. And this GDP value also should be a number, but you see some text values are there, so you can replace with 0 because still you want Afghanistan, but you don't have that, so you can replace wherever there's an NA, you replaced. See, and then now you can make this as a number, but you see some decimal values, you can make this as a decimal. Okay, and if you want to remove this decimal, you can multiply with 1000. Okay, so that will become a value, but let's have a decimal value, it's not problem. So you can just close and apply. And now the bubble size you can put, but we are not worried about this bubble time at this point of time, but still if you want you can use that. Now let's bring this GDP value. Now you see some. So now you see this as Indonesia has very good GDP. Okay, because if you scroll up, or you can make it big, you see this Indonesia bubble size is very big. Now you see Iran is also very good, and this what is this, Vietnam is also very good. So GDP, right? So like that you can easily find out, but this could not be very powerful. Okay, you could see like this, and you want to see hereby GDP value, not sum of years. Here should be x-axis, and it should not be summarized. Okay, let's get the GDP value into y-axis. Now you see from 2021 how the world GDP is getting grow, very less growth, right? So that is also one of the thing. And if you want by country, you can also get it by country. Let me make it smaller and make it duplicate. And here let's bring country instead of here. Now you see, and I don't want all the countries, I want only top 10 countries. So top 10 by GDP. So I want a visual filter that could apply by top 10 and top, let's say 5. By when I say top by mark, right? So the mark is the GDP value. Let's apply. Now you see top 5 countries are Iran, Indonesia, Vietnam, Korea, and Colombia. So these are top um, countries in the GDP. But still, you can have a year in the slicer, okay, and you can select whatever the year you really want, okay, and you can select 2022 how this the growth and everything that you can slice and dice, and you can also take countries also into a slicer, and you can filter Afghanistan how that would be, so like this. And if you want to compare two countries, you can just see Albania and Andorra, so how they are actually, how they are. So very powerful analysis that you can make using this visualization. So the visual will talk to another visual, a visual will interact with other visual, is a powerful mechanism when it compares to traditional SSRS reports. Okay, traditional reporting was, it's a non-traditional ETL come reporting tool. The Power BI will comes under non, and why they have given a separate name, because it works on different engine. Okay, so that is the only reason that they have given a separate name. They did not put MSBI 2.0 because MSBI is still serving in their own area with on-premise data tools, but Power BI is meant for cloud as well as on-premise, and it has a lot of features. It's a different engine. It works entirely different, right? So that is the reason they have given a two different name. Power BI, MSBI, two different names. Okay, MSBI is a on-premise software that you need to install, and MSBI is a stack which will come as a free offering when you buy a SQL server. But Power BI is a different offering. Entire business model is different, the mission is different, the technology stack is different, the way it do work is different. Okay, so a lot of differences. That is the reason the different name. So they might ask, if anybody asks, and I don't see nobody ask like this, but if at all, you should know that. Now I'm going to save this in a folder called November fold. Okay, then we will publish. You can save this. Okay, GDP report. The first report that we have created is GDP report, and then you need to publish this. You can click publish, but it will ask you to sign in. Okay, you need to enter your Gmail, your Outlook, anything will not work, but it should be a company email address, then only you can able to publish. Okay, so for that I've already signed in, so here, so let's get that report. So you can go to any of the workspace. Let me go to my workspace. Here also there is an IMF report, IMF GDP report is there, but now I prepared a GDP report, so the name is different, so I can get it, or we can override, not an issue. Okay, so let's get the data files, local files. Tomorrow I will show you how, not tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow I will show you how to publish, how many ways we can publish a report into Power BI service. There are multiple ways. Now you see the GDP report that we have just developed, and you could see the report here. Now there is a problem with the cloud. We need to enable it. It is actually, it will tell you contact your tenant admin. Who is tenant admin, who is 365 admin, who is workspace admin. We will discuss that later. Okay, for now you can see simply remaining everything works apart from map. Okay, so this is very powerful. You can reset this and they will come back. There are 3 pages that we have developed. Okay, so the 2 pages are banked, but here you have, and here also you can edit, and you can remove this, you can resize this. Okay, and you can edit something like that, and these 2 pages are empty, you can delete. and you can save this, right? So you can add any visual also. Let me add a visual. But what is the difference between this and that? So if everything is developed here, then why the desktop, right? Yes, this can be answered in further sessions, but for now, yes, we require both. Mm, it should not be summarized, something like that. You see, why we only selected one country? Because it is in the countries you have selected only one country. So somewhere you have selected one country, like this one. You see, then you will get everything. So now you can make a save. Okay, we will talk about the beautification and different reporting techniques, but I would like to stop here. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in the Skype, or you can call me right away. That's all for now, and see you tomorrow at the same time, 7 to 8. Okay, uh, thank you for giving me this opportunity, and thank you so much for the class today.